What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Kurlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Kurlukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Oh, he's a good shot.
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Seriously, 196 items to download. Wow.
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now.
Oh,
This ship
really?
is still in the
No
lower New York
downloadable option?
harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning
Liquid
in
lives.
time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Die program.
Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
The graphic novel? You must download what you paid for. Yeah, I can buy that. Completely. Somehow. It's not. It's not liquid. I'm just gonna go and say that now. I'll explain everything.
That's what it takes after all!
I'll explain everything once we get to Metal Gear Solid 4.
You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
It's 9:20 AM. Grey Fox was squished completely. He had no body left. He couldn't have. Metal Gear Ray says, "Fuck you." The whole, he may have had his arm cut off, but no one would have went down to get it. Believe me. Grey Fox versus Raiden. Which Raiden?
We have a problem.
Mega Solid 2, Mega Solid 4, or Metal Gear Rising Raiden? Metal Gear Rising Raiden would actually win then. Considering actual skill, Raiden would win. But anything else, I'd say Grey Fox would. Yeah, just keep every dude you get.
proceeding as planned, sir. Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Snake! Connected to PlayStation Network. Oh, we're done with the tanker mission, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare.
Did you
It
really?
didn't take long for the government to put an oil
I bet that was a
tanker
little
around
bit
the
of
whole
fun every now and then.
And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Good, Andrew, good. Keep them. Some might not be actually that great. Some might be amazing and people have not realized it. I'll tell you the secret to creating great Pokemon
It's a highly trained group and they have the
later.
big shell under complete control.
The more Japanese titles you get, the better, shiny, great Pokemon you can have a chance of getting.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Elsewhere, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
I just say go with a mental disability and
What are their demands?
just go with that.
$30 billion.
Because that is
What makes them
hilarious.
think they can get
It's
that
hilarious as
much?
hell to just shout snake at an actual snake for the hell of it.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan harbor into an inferno.
That's not the
And
worst
then
case scenario. If the chlorides
realize
being
your
used to
mistake,
decontaminate
Heavy.
the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know, SEAL Team 10
Progress
is also
spreads.
conducting a rescue operation.
Progress spreads to other Pokemon if you have them in your
Is
party.
this a joint effort?
Just so you know.
No. Foxhound remains a covert body.
Keep
Don't
one
let them to your
in the
presence.
PC box
That is an order.
at all times, and it will subdue it. because it does wear off eventually, and that Pokemon cannot get Pokerus ever again.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning.
Is
I
that
won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the big shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part.
I'm not quite
Make
sure,
nobody
but
sees you.
yes,
If
there
you
are
need
VR
to,
missions in this
contact me
game,
by codec.
and I think
The
there are
frequency is
300 missions. I'm not sure.
140.85. When you
It's
want
quite
to use
possible.
the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec
Oh,
will beep.
Pokemon can be
When you hear
complicated
that noise,
towards the
press
competitive
the
side.
select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Move out. I'm going for a swim. I said I'm going for a swim.
Got your feet wet? These are the basic controls for swimming. Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster.
Change your heading with the left stick. Up will take you up,
Just the
down
color,
takes you
yes.
lower. Left
Shinies
and right
are just
to
really
face
rare,
those
different
directions.
color Pokemon.
The O2 gauge will appear under your life gauge while you're underwater. The gauge corresponds to the amount of air you can hold from a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to 0, the life gauge will start to drop. You need to be
Its
aware
voice
of
isn't
that.
odd, it's just different. That's not Snake, by the way. Nothing there. Just a ration. I can't remember where the M9 was in this game. On normal mode. I can't see like that. This is how the game teaches you as well.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gurlukovich man.
Gurlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Who could that be?
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh, you nerd.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high. Should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Oh, it's just a little execution. Execution? Electrocution. You'll be fine. Sure, why not? Oh, whoops. Yeah, sure, I'll do. Tap on, blood on, full screen. Sign.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Just a little shock.
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather. But if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
That's so funny.
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
Don't ignore me. She's never been a part of a
Don't
field
ignore
mission.
me.
This is insane.
Oh, that's so
I have my
funny.
own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and
Not a
out,
chance.
but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I
If you press R1
If there's a crucial tactical detail that
or
case taught us,
R2 at any
it was the
point
power of the
during
operative's
when
will to
Raiden is
survive.
not speaking,
I was trained to
you can
fight.
make
My
like
personal feelings have
random
no place in a
quotes from
mission.
him.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose,
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack.
Oh,
But
no,
that
the
means,
in and outs
Colonel,
are
that I am not
R3 and L3.
required to follow your orders
R3,
outside of my
L3.
immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety
You're a real
comes first to me,
egotistical woman.
not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every
haven't heard some of these
communication you
quotes
have
before.
with him, Colonel.
You're a real
Given the
egotistical
circumstances, you're free to do what you see
Definitely
fit.
not.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark
Definitely
waiting.
not.
I'd like to make a request if I
Probably,
may.
yeah.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the
Probably,
mission,
yeah.
could you call him that?
What?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack,
What?
do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
What's up with I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well.
What a weirdo.
I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack.
God.
Take care.
Oh, that's way too funny. What a weirdo.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives.
I'm gonna be doing this all
You must
day.
Stay out of sight.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
How's the thermal? Oh, God. I forgot which button's choke. Go, go, go! The Harrier, probably. I think the Harrier fight was quite fun. It's just the
terrorists
one-liners.
call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on
It's okay,
strut
Tom.
B.
We'll get to it eventually.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.